Everyone, it's Froggy, and I'm back again with another episode of C14 Dating. So there's no other particular, there's no other ending for the romance route for Joan, but there is a friendship route for her, so I'm gonna try and show you the different cutscenes for that, leading up to that, and then hopefully we'll get it. So the first one, instead of saying, yeah, let's party, we party responsibly. I'll join in. Are there any non-alcoholic drinks available? DeAndre held the bottle close as he tried to recall. There's orange juice and Coca-Cola, I think. If there's Diet Cola, that'd be great. Diet? Got it. I'll meet you by the campfire. I'll take it easy tonight. I'm sure it'll be fun. I wish I had a beer after all. I could use the extra courage. I glanced around the crowds and took a tiny sip of my drink. DeAndre had wandered off somewhere, being the social butterfly he was, and I felt like I lost my connecting link to everyone. Usually I socialized just fine, even in a room full of strangers, but the language barrier isolated me. Is this how a wallflower feels? I exhaled wearily, wondering if I should retire for the night. When I looked up, I noticed a girl standing by herself. Yay! She glanced around before fiddling with her nails. Was she waiting for someone or felt left out too? She's cute. Can't hurt to say hi, right? I approached her from the side, then stood a little ways from her. When we made eye contact, I gave a friendly wave and she smiled back. Hello. Je ne parle français. Et tu? Et tu? Et toi? She grinned and pointed at herself, and the mistake dawned on me. I messed up already. I combed my fingers through my hair, then shook my head dramatically. As embarrassing as it was easier to laugh it off, and the girl giggled. Je parle français un peu. I speak French very little. I speak English well. I can see. After exchanging a laugh, I offered my hand and she accepted warmly. I'm Melissa. Joan. You're from America? Yes, I'm from the States. I hope you like Belgium. Very small country, not like States. I like it a lot. It's beautiful. I'm glad. Our chat was short, if slightly clumsy due to the language barrier, but Joan was patient and we enjoyed the interactions. She perked up when she heard someone calling for her, and she gave a little nod before excusing herself. That wasn't so bad. I really need to work on my French, though. I should get some sleep. I made it to the tent area when I heard a loud smack, followed by gasps of roaring laughter. It was coming from the other side of the building, and I muffled a yawn. Sounds like they're having fun, but I don't want to be too tired to dig tomorrow. I sat at the table, munching on a piece of toast. It was pretty packed, and as usual, I was located near the end while the livelier conversations took place in the middle. Morning. Slept well, I hope? I did, surprisingly. You guys were pretty loud. I think most of us retired around 1 a.m. The rowdier ones partied until 4. They will have a hard time focusing in the cave today. I can imagine. Oh, speaking of cave, I finally will be working in the cave. Nice! Were you waiting for your photograph? Okay, well, we've seen this, so I'm gonna go ahead and skip to the next one. Okay, this time we're gonna go ahead and try out the flute. Joan, can you teach me? She nodded enthusiastically and shuffled closer, her knees angled toward me. Her exuberance was contagious as she offered the instrument. She relaxed her lips, then made a little O with them. Like this. She manipulated the flute in my hands, her dainty fingers working until its mouthpiece was parallel to my lips, hovering just out of reach. I'm not supposed to touch it with my lips like a recorder, right? That's so cute! Oh, that's adorable. Joan flute chibi scene. Yay! This is so cute. Confused, I let out a hard puff, like I was a kid blowing out a birthday cake. A sharp pitch followed, causing Joan to wince. Joan wasn't deterred and gently pulled the flute into her possession. Mistake. Try. She separated the top from its body, leaving only the head joint. Once she handed it back to me, she tapped her bottom lip. Embouchure? Embouchure. Embouchure. Close. Low. Her struggle to articulate, coupled with her passion, left her in a state of half frustration and determination. She wanted to succeed with her first little lesson, and her eyes lit up as I carefully followed her instructions. So, here? Yay! This is so cute! Oh, I love this! Reminds me of when I learned how to play the flute. I placed the hole a little lower this time, instead of perfectly aligned with my lips. She nodded eagerly, then blew out a stream of air. Like this. Softer, please. I exhaled through my nose as I suppressed a chuckle. Fortunately, thanks to her guidance, I was able to make a weak but musical tone this time. Joan clapped, gaining a bit more confidence while I played around with my breathing. The notes unexpectedly shifted up and down like a sliding whistle, and I realized Joan changed the pitch by inserting her pinky finger into the end of the flute. We broke out into laughter. Still smiling, I handed the piece back, and she reassembled her instrument. Thanks for showing me. You'll be a great teacher one day. I hope so. It's easier to teach French students. That was so cute. Alright, skipping again. Okay, so last time we protected Joan from the bear. So this time we'll get her attention. What's that? I wildly pointed to the silhouette, causing Joan to stand up and take notice. Oh. She grinned and said something in French. The shape turned sideways, revealing someone behind it. Augustin poked his head around the object, then propped it against a tree. Upon closer inspection, it was a cutout of a cave bear painted entirely black. Looking around me, I noticed there were additional animal cutouts positioned close to the main path. A giant elk, a crouching lion, a hidden deer. I couldn't believe I freaked out like that.
I did not mean to scare you, Petit Fleur.
I wasn't scared, just jumpy. Decorating the route?
Yes, I want to show what animals would have roamed Belgium 30,000 years ago. Rest assured, there's no lions or bears today.
Okay, my mind did think of bears since there were black bears back home. Let's give this ivy to Rosemary or Joan. I held up the plants and Joan gave a small nod. I gave Augustin a quick goodbye before departing. Glancing back, I saw Joan grinning ear to ear, like she knew something I didn't. I could tell she was suppressing her laughter. I wasn't scared.
You jump and yell.
She mimicked my finger pointing from earlier, complete with an open mouth and wide eyes. I guess I did assume there was a bear there. No bear here. Only, snakes and foxes. Good to know. You're back? What took you so long? Joan smiled but said nothing, deciding to protect my pride.
I hope the ivy wasn't too hard to find. Last year,
we heard a harsh bark and Augustin scolded some of the idling gossipers by the main entrance. Taking the hint, Rosemary reached for the ivy.
We better keep busy. You three can return to preparing the utensils for our guests.
No one did that while we were out.
At least we weren't scrambling for something to do. Okay, so we've seen this. I'm gonna go ahead and skip up again. Okay, we got a new cutscene here.
Like every Thursday, the students celebrated harder than usual. Party music filled the air, people danced, and there were groups chatting outside. Of course, I moved my body to the beat. When the song ended, I politely excused myself from the dance floor for a quick break. It's past noon back home. Mom probably replied to my email by now. I entered the lab and leaned over the chair positioned before my laptop. It would only take a few moments to read. Melissa, you here? Yep, something up?
Up?
She glanced at the ceiling and I rephrased my words. Need something? I wanted to dance with you. She gestured at herself, then me. Lindy Hopper? Lindy Hopper together. Right. I did mention that I swing danced. Here, follow me. Grabbing my laptop, I ushered her upstairs and prepared the music while kicking off my socks. After selecting a simple song, we stood in the middle of the floor. Within a few minutes, I realized saying terms like triple step and slide only confused her further. In the end, I counted out our rhythm in French while she observed my feet placement and body position.
Dancing Joan. Yeah, this one's cute too. They're all cute. Man, Joan is tall. Or we're really short.
Soon, we had a basic Lindy step going, which involved rocking back and forth. When I felt that she was comfortable with the pattern, I slowly made a circle around to add variety. You're doing great, Joan. How about this? She let out a little eep as I cradled her back and waist, then dipped her. She automatically threw her arms around my back and hugged tightly, her expression priceless. We both giggled as I helped her up. After a few Lindy circles, Joan unexpectedly tried to dip me. Her eyes widened when her legs slid further than she anticipated, her grip unable to stop me from falling. My palm hit the floor, and I bent my knees, posing like a three-legged crab, while Joan awkwardly hovered over me. When the initial surprise wore off, she shot up, apologizing profusely in Franglish. Je suis sorry. Ma pied. My smile strained as I held in laughter, watching her pull off her socks and toss them under a table. Encore? Yes. For some reason, she seemed determined to successfully dip me. We resumed dancing with careful anticipation. After one circle, Joan repeated her attempt, albeit slower, and lowered me closer to the floor. With her arms around me, my eyes met hers, and my heart skipped a beat. When she pulled me up, my face felt flushed, and I wasn't sure if it was from the position or Joan's gaze. Maybe it was a bit of both. When the song ended, we dropped our grips, and Joan was thrilled from the successful dance. Thanks for the dance, Joan. Je t'en prie. Welcome.
She's so cute. Alright, I'm skipping up again.
And we're back, so this time we're gonna try Let's Wait for Chantal. No rush. I want to experience this with both of you. I don't mind arriving later. Thanks, Melissa. You're a good friend. Pass it on to Joan. No, actually, let me tell her. Is talking on a cell phone while driving illegal here? Exactly why it'll be faster if I tell Joan. Right. Once Joan received her phone, they continued their conversation. A few minutes later, she ended the call, happy to be caught up with the plan. Hopefully we won't have to wait long. It was hard to contain my excitement. Namur was a densely packed city filled with little shops, restaurants, and windy streets. Blah, blah.
We've seen this song.
Chantal and Joan eventually led me to the city square, which was surrounded by colorful buildings. There were also food vendor stands. One in particular had a long lineup. Whatever it had, it must have been delicious.
Hey, what's that? Okay, we've seen this. I know that there's gonna be...
Isn't that based off some comic book character or something? I don't know much about it, but I know the snails represent Namur. The snails? Since we're all laid back and stuff. I'm hungry. Joan peered over the food vendors and I nodded in agreement. Sure, let's eat something. I took a step towards the lineups, but Chantal raised her hand to stop me. Wait, we'll handle it. Soak in the scenery while you wait here. There was something impish behind her smirk, but I obliged and sat down on a bench, wondering what they were going to bring back. It felt like forever, but Joan emerged with a small plastic container while Chantal held two. The containers were filled to the brim with a dozen of something gray and unrecognizable floating in murky broth. I curiously accepted the container from Chantal along with the toothpick. What is it? Something ultra Belgians eat. Think of it as a rite of passage. Escargot. Wait, snails? They're not snails, they're whelks. Which is... sea snails. Among the wrinkled snails, I noticed a bit of onion salad, blah blah blah. I watched as Chantal and Joan each skewered one and popped it into their mouth like it was common snack food. Well, it was to them. Try one, pass on it. I mean, of course we're gonna try it. Why would we pass on it? Aw, adorable sea snail chibi scene. They're so cute. Look at the little snail. Look at him, he's so cute here. Oh, I love this. I love the chibis. I absolutely adore chibis. I just freak out for chibis. Okay, going on. Seeing their delighted faces convinced me. Even if I ended up not liking it, I could say I tried something unique in Belgium. I gingerly poked around with a toothpick, selecting the perfect whelk for my important first bite. After jabbing one, I blew the steam off, then popped it into my mouth, not sure what to expect. The first few bites were chewy, but then my teeth sunk into the tenderness and it reminded me of scallops, blah blah blah. This is really good. You like? I've never tried this before, but it's delicious. I knew it! You're now one of us! Congratulations! You're immersing yourself in Belgian culture. We all eagerly dug into our containers, chatting happily about our trip. Now I saw why there was a long lineup to that particular stand. If you're still hungry, there's a great place here that serves crepes. Think of it as a reward for trying something new. Crepes? With Belgian chocolate? Count me in.
So hopefully this is going to take us to the friendship path, because that's what I'm trying for here. Okay, so instead of the romance version of this scene, and now we've got the friends version of the scene.
I also made new friends. I'm glad I'm here.
That's wonderful. It always warms the heart when students try something outside of their comfort zone. Even if they never pursue archaeology, I hope they gain an appreciation for it and fondly look back on their experience. Being surrounded by the right people doesn't hurt either.
Right. It was hard, but I had a lot of fun too. Be sure to stop by when we have our yearly festival.
A lot of previous students drop in to say hi.
Definitely.
And I'm skipping again. Okay, so now we're getting into the end here, so this is the friendship version for sure. So I'm gonna go ahead and start.
John, je vais m'occuper le vernis à ongles. Vous pouvez préparer le nourriture? Oui. The two switched bags and Joan departed outside, leaving us alone. I gave Chantal a quizzical look. Joan's preparing the appetizers for the movie night. I thought we could paint your nails in the meantime. Grinning, she shook the bag, and I could see bright colors through the flimsy material. After we changed into our pajamas, we both set up the nail station, complete with files, bottles of polish, and adorable stickers. I smiled. We were definitely going all out. Chantal gestured to the chair and sat down. I got a glimpse of her own nails while she rotated one of the bottles. They were done with a beautiful sunset gradient, complete with a palm tree silhouette on her ring finger. Wow, did you do those? I did. I guess I'm pretty good at it. I can do details, although there's some insane designs I wouldn't have the time to bother with. Anything you'd like? Fruit pattern, ribbons, rainbows? Surprise me. Ocean theme it is. That's not much of a surprise. She chuckled as she picked out a lovely dark shade of blue. Well, it's what I've practiced the most with. I admit this would be a nice indulgence. I didn't paint my nails since I arrived in Belgium, since I knew I'd just get dirt under them anyway. Chantal painted the base of my nails from a blue that shifted to a bright teal, followed by a shady hue at the tips, which formed the foundation of the beach. Taking a dotted pen, she methodically added details with white waves, oceans, sparkles, and the grainy texture of the sand. Unlike her tropical nails, this beach reminded me of the local waters. Whether it was intentional or not, it felt a little nostalgic for home already. You're a pro at this. Thanks. I'd always get designated as the nail girl at sleepovers. Now I find it to be a relaxing hobby. And done. They quit trying too.
Look at her smug face. Oh, those are pretty though. Wow. Chantal nails chibi. I wish I could paint nails properly. I can't even do the base coats. I'm terrible at it.
I spread out my fingers examining the panoramic design. Wow, it's been forever since I had my nails done like this. Thanks, Chantal. They look amazing. Of course, I could honestly charge for the quality like this, but since you're my friend, it's on me. The creak of stairs signaled that someone was approaching. Here. Où dois-je le mettre? Ici, Joan. She was carrying a tray that had a piping bowl in the middle. No.
Okay, we've seen that. Okay, we crawled over. It's just fondue. You guys are awesome. And we've seen this part, so I'm gonna skip it.
Being the heavy sleeper Chantal was, she instantly fell asleep, her sprawled limbs grazing my body. I sighed and curled up, thankful for the advantage of being the smallest one here. Ow! Oh my god, ow! I glanced back, feeling Chantal's knee wedged against my spine. I wriggled further away in an attempt to increase the distance. I didn't know she thrashed in her sleep. And that she could sleep through a hurricane, apparently. Is this why I'm sleeping in the middle? You're so sneaky, Joan. Move over, I'm not taking this abuse. As soon as I said that, I felt an elbow to the back of my head. Cut it out, Chantal. In the name of the moon...
She's Sailor Moon! Oh, that's so cute. I love it. Oh my god.
Her mumbling returned to soft snores. Eventually, I was able to persuade Joan to inch closer to the edge. She found the whole situation amusing. Chantal will have her own bed when she visits. 4 months later. And voila, this is my bedroom. I gestured as Chantal and Joan followed me through the entrance. Despite it being the holidays, I had no time to decorate it with fake plastic trees or even hang paper snowflakes next to the window. They set their luggage down against the wall and gazed in awe. What a cute room. I love the chandelier and the flower vase. Wow, it's so spacious. And look at the bed. It reminds me, what are the sleeping arrangements? Oh, you two can have the bed. I get the floor. Chantal smiled and nodded happily while Joan gave me a "how could you? I thought we were friends" look.
Chantal should get the floor.
What? Why me? What did I do? Never mind. You two must be starving and exhausted after that flight. And Joan, your English has improved so much. DeAndre helped a lot. I think he'll make a great English teacher. And talking to you two was great practice.
What do you mean, DeAndre? Are you seeing DeAndre now?
How are the others back home? Ah, that's right. Shuji told me to say hi for you. He learned about our trip when I brought it up when he was upgrading Joan's laptop. And Kyler's, he's working in Germany at an archaeological site. I think it's the same one Hendrik goes to during the winter. After she finished the sentence, she let out a yawn and wearily glanced at the bed. Chantal mimicked her and rubbed one eye. Ugh, that flight took a lot out of us. That delay didn't help either. I hope the jet lag doesn't impact you guys too much. I made reservations to this restaurant that specializes in chocolate fondue later tonight. Hopefully the chocolate will taste as good as what you're used to in Belgium. You did what? I'd be up for it. Chocolate fondue place? Yep, you can even dip cheesecake into fondue. Ooh, that sounds amazing.
I want to go there. That does sound amazing.
This is worth the 10-hour flight. Our conversation continued as we excitedly talked about things we could do over Christmas break. I hope to give them a welcoming experience in America like they did for me. Oh, I liked that ending. That one was really cute and happy, and they're still in contact with everyone else. I don't like that Joan is with DeAndre, though, or something. That's weird to me. I like DeAndre and Joan. I don't want them together. They should be separate and with me. Anyways, so that's the friendship ending for Joan. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you want to see more videos from me, then don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.